Milan is not a really good city to bike in. Cars kind of do whatever they want. And yeah, there's a lot of people with their warning lights on, just parked on the street, hoping for the best. And then drivers just have to go around it. But then if you're on a bike, you kind of have to go around them and around the other cars going. So it's a bit of a tricky situation. And so I had to like, just completely stop a couple of times just to make sure like I was safe. Um, but other than that, whew, sorry. Other than that, I made it to Lucy at 11:30, and then she made lasagna. So we talked, and then we ate around 1:30, and then just cause we took naps, and so we napped until 3 o'clock. It was really nice, very relaxing. And then Lucy's idea was to go get ice cream and then go to the Sforza Castle because there's a room that was decorated by Leonardo da Vinci, and it'd be pretty sweet to go and check it out. So that's exactly what we did. We took the metro to go to the I think it's called Chocolat, the ice cream place, and I had cremalla Lucy described it as the inside of Kinder, like that kind of flavor, and pistachio, and I ate those pretty fast. The pistachio was delicious, and then the cremalla was weird because it didn't feel like ice cream. It didn't even feel cold. It just felt like the inside of a Kinder. So it was really filling, but really good. I had it all over my face. I'm glad they gave me a napkin. And then we went to the Sforza Castle. It said that the tickets would stop being sold at 4:30, and then the castle would close at 5:30. We showed up at 4, but then we had to wait 30 minutes in line to get the tickets. The normal ticket was 10 euros, but then I saw that for 12 euros, I would get that ticket and a 3-day pass to about like 7 different museums. So I went for that, knowing that Lucy works tomorrow and after tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to like entertain myself. So I thought that was a good idea to get that sorted. And after that, we just walked home. It was a long walk home. It was about an hour, I think. But we stopped for groceries so that Lucy can make her famous eggplant. Excuse me, eggplant or aubergine and tomato pie with pine nuts, and it was really good. We ate that tonight, and then we listened to this radio program she listens to, where they discussed the new Rambo movie, and they absolutely hate it. They're very they're film critics, and so yeah, looking at that through the lens of a film critic, it's not really worth it. And that's about it. And then we just called our grandparents, see how they were doing. They seemed happy to hear us. And that's about it. And then now we're gonna go sleep because Lucy works tomorrow. Um, what else was there? Yeah, that's about it. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to get into the consulate so I can get my passport sorted, and I am going to try to get a couple of museums, and then have a friend who's in town, so hopefully I can go see her. By total coincidence, she posted something on Instagram, and I found it. I saw it, and I was like, "Are you in Milan? Is this for real?" And then, yeah, so it should be fun. Hopefully I'll get to see. I think she flies out tomorrow. And then yeah, that's about it. Nothing too exciting happened. Well, being in Milan is quite exciting. Oh right, I forgot to talk about the Sforza Castle. I was like, why did this go so much faster than the French version? So yeah, inside the Sforza, so we waited half an hour for the tickets, got the tickets, and then so we had an hour to do the Sforza Castle. So we kind of rushed to the Leonardo room just because that's the main purpose of our main purpose for the visit. And so it was quite a small room, like for a castle, but the ceilings were quite high. I would say like the bottom half of the walls were quite white, and the top half was you could see like the sort of tops of trees. Every time there was a column, there was, yeah, a tree, and then the roof would be completely like green with leaves, and in the middle of the room there would be the emblem of Milan, and there were bleachers almost on one side of the room. So we sat on the bleachers, and on the floor there'd be a countdown clock. So we waited for the countdown clock, and then it started. And so with projections, they would show what the room used to look like. And so they showed how Leonardo had sort of planned it, and then it was all narrated in Italian, but the script was in English on the floor. So I just read along on the floor and then looked up every so often. And no, it was a beautiful room. But yeah, they went through the whole history that Leonardo sort of drew it and planned it, and then the French took over because they invaded Milan at some point in 1499, I think it was, and then they used it as a stable. So then they just put, what is that white powder? Whatever, they put that white powder everywhere to make sure that, you know, it. That's what they usually put. I know I used it at the farm. I know what it's called, but anyway. Then yeah, and then somebody else took over and tried to recreate it, and now they're between like, should we try to make it look like it used to, or should we just keep it like it is? So I think they're keeping it as much as what Leonardo actually did. It looked quite nice though with all the projections, and they had it moving, so they just didn't show what it was, but they like would show the trees growing and the like branches interlacing, and yeah, the leaves falling. They had some cool projections. Then we just did the rest of the museum, which wasn't as interesting. It was just a lot of statues and a lot of things, and as Lucy said, like there's not a lot of explanations or reasons why we should kind of care. Like it was all medieval stuff, but there was no like, hey, look at this specifically because that's really interesting that this statue has this going on, and it's usually not like this. So that was kind of interesting. Sorry, that was not what we expected. I expected a bit more explanation, whereas it was just all laid out for us to walk through. So we walked through pretty fast because we didn't have that much time. And no, we left the Sforza Castle and then made our walk home. And yeah, I've already explained that part. Sorry, this is a bit of a jumble. And that's about it for this video. I'm just going to show you around Lucy's place. So you have the pile of books. And so this is like the main room where you have, of course, the books and the hats and the candles. And then you have the decoration of postcards. And here's like the little kitchen area with the oven that she hates because it doesn't work well. And then you have a washing machine. Oh, and you have the bed with little postcard decorations. And then you have the entrance, which isn't really anything worth seeing. But then here's the part that Lucy lovingly calls the doghouse. And it's where I'm going to be staying. She joked I'd be staying in my tent on the balcony. But then she grew a heart and decided to leave me in the doghouse. And then above the doghouse, you have some interesting things going on. And so that's about it for Lucy's place. And lots of photos in here and photo albums. And that's about it. Yeah, we should be going to bed pretty soon because Lucy has to work tomorrow. All right. I'll leave you with this lovely picture of Lucy's piles of books. Bye.